Have you ever wondered if there's more to reality than we're led to believe? The dominant paradigm or standard worldview encodes the assumptions we all tend to take for granted in our global cultural operating system. Not only does this worldview usefully define how we interact with others in society, but it also unintentionally sets boundaries on the qualities of our inner experiences. It's like we are horses walking around with blinders on, which shield us from experiencing a vast landscape all around us. The price we pay for the personal freedoms we enjoy today is alienation, aloneness, and meaninglessness, which collectively culminate in the sense that something essential must be missing, something we probably can't quite identify.
We believe that the quality of your life is directly linked to the quality of the worldview you currently hold. Most of us are unconscious about the qualities of our worldview. It's like looking through glasses or sunglasses that you've forgotten that you're wearing. And yet this worldview, it colours everything. We hold that for all its merits, the worldview we inherit from our modern culture is radically limited and out of balance. Notwithstanding the many material benefits the standard worldview has given us, many of us are finding inner freedom and deep meaning through an entirely different way at looking at everything. This alternative worldview, it's not religious, but it is highly spiritual, philosophical, and transpersonal. This naturally unfolded and revealed itself to us through our many years of qualitative experiences with geometry. You see, of all subjects, geometry is uniquely positioned. Geometry's quantitative aspects are the foundation of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And in many ways, the modern world is built on those principles. But that's not the side of geometry we're going to explore. There exists within geometry a lesser known qualitative path, which is a great value in illuminating our interiors. This alternative worldview is nothing new, but it hasn't been explored for centuries because geometry's qualitative aspects have largely been overlooked or ignored or rejected outright by the current worldview. Its so-called sacred qualities are largely omitted by our cultural blinders. Geometry has the unique capacity to unite the outer world of science and our inner worlds precisely because it is the unique language in which the whole universe is written. As without, so within, or it's like to quote, as above, so below. And rather than seeing the world as inert or meaningless, dead material stuff and being just an infinitesimal speck in a random accident of a universe, imagine how you would feel if you truly saw the world as purposeful, interconnected, and alive, and you could participate with this. What if you had deep experiences of centeredness, belongingness, and synchronicity in a meaningful universe? How might that liberate you to live a more vital, engaged, and creative life? The very fact you're watching this video at all says something about your desire to change. We believe it's no accident that you are here now.
We can guide you to see everything with wonder, awe, and authenticity, an attitude which opens you to accessing your own deeper intelligence within, which may ultimately transform you into a better version of yourself. Our program is not about learning geometric facts or formulas, nor is it about making pretty pictures or patterned throw rugs, however nice these objects may be. We believe that the individual who knows what is best for you is your own inner intelligence. We act as guides to help you reconnect with it by experiencing the sacredness of geometry. As each of us goes deeply within, something amazing and unexpected tends to happen. You see, the deeper you go into you, the more available you become to meet others deeper down within them. We end up being truly seen and heard, deepening our human relationships not only with the others in our group, but also with those in your everyday life. When you move deeper into your interiority, your whole world transforms, and you can speak to the depth you then see in others, which was previously obscured or overlooked. This deep human connection is the best, and it is what most people really, really want. All of this comes courtesy of the very special way that we use geometry as a vehicle for personal transformation. Our journeys tend to activate both hemispheres of the brain and the heart in stages, which induce concentrative, contemplative, and meditative states in turn. Although we are fond of the vehicle in all of its particulars, geometry itself is not the point, and ultimately doesn't matter, just as the particulars of transportation don't tend to matter. When you arrive at your inner destination with a fresh way of seeing everything, you will probably be very thankful that you chose to undertake the journey in the first place, for the destination is blissful and sacred beyond words. The path of geometry is the path of beauty. You will glimpse profound truth along the way, and we will hopefully all arrive at our destination in a deep state of bliss.
Beauty, truth, and bliss, also known as goodness, are all aspects of what Plato described as the transcendentals. However, it isn't enough to just explain them philosophically. This is something that must be experienced with your whole body. You kind of feel it with your body and soul to be fully understood. And sages and philosophers across the ages have waxed poetically about the virtues of geometry. Yet somehow in the last century, we've lost the plot and become obsessed with like science, technology, materialism, as if that's all that is, which has brought many outer rewards, yeah, sure, but has also led to much inner alienation and a kind of a sense of like existential dread. And at the end of the day, the same geometry, which for thousands of years has taught student mathematicians how to think rationally, and some have gone on to using surveying, measuring, engineering, basically giving us the modern world that we currently enjoy. Yeah, geometry has been used for that. But at the same time, geometry holds another far more subtle gift. It's like a true secret in plain sight. This is the qualitative inner path to sacredness, which we've mapped out in detail in something we call Reality Atlas.
Reality Atlas is a 12-week intensive experience with meetings twice a week held over Zoom, 24 sessions in all. Each week, the first of these meetings is where we discuss new content, and it's held during the work week. This will always be recorded so you can watch it later if you're busy or working at the time. Reality Atlas also has a wealth of other pre-recorded content for you to delve deeply into as your personal journey continues. The second weekly meeting is always on the weekend, so more will be able to attend these sharing sessions live, which are intentionally never recorded. The main thing is to try to attend as many live sessions as possible, because that is how we can best guide you individually, and where you can share your insights with the hosts and with the other participants in real time.
And we structure Reality Atlas as this ring or this continuous cycle, which you can enter at any time, anywhere in the content and from anywhere in the world. The full 24 session cycle repeats when it comes for full circle, just like a geometric circle has no beginning and no end. So you can join us live anytime. Reality Atlas grew organically out of the workshops we've given in person together here in Ireland, also in creating pre-recorded courses, and in the many live virtual workshops we've done with hundreds of people over time. And so each of us, Scott and I, we bring different strengths and abilities to the table. I'm based in Ireland, and I've hosted many mandala and breath workshops in person over the last kind of decade and a half. And so I tend to bring a sort of a heart-based meditative approach to sacred geometry, while Scott in Canada has more of a head focus, writing his books, creating his courses and documentary films. We have this very beautiful complementarity. There's a kind of an alchemy that happens between the two of us, which many people have commented to us as a very helpful way for them to get kind of like two modes of approaches to sacred geometry. We started collaborating in about 2012, so like coming on 10 years now, and have been deepening our friendship and refining our mutual offerings ever since. Please watch the separate linked video below just to get an idea of what people are saying. And we ask you now just to take the next step and fill out the questionnaire below to learn more about this offer and to see if it's right for you. You can book a no obligation Zoom session with either Scott or I, and we'd only be too delighted to answer any questions you may have and discuss you joining us inside the Reality Atlas experience.
We offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, and there is no time like the present moment to take the first step and begin your journey of personal transformation through the vehicle of sacred geometry.